Another breach survived. Another galaxy unfolds. Elkupalos, a name that feels ancient, like it's been waiting to be spoken again. I don't know what I'll find here, but something about the stars feels different, not colder, not brighter, just closer. There's something ahead of me, I can feel it. Let's see what this galaxy remembers. The planet approaches like it's bracing for impact, but I'm the one arriving out of sync. Heat signatures ripple through the clouds. Elkupalos waits. Something felt off. The numbers made sense, but the environment didn't. Storms didn't roll in. They blinked into place, like the simulation was correcting errors mid-frame. Even the light felt too clean, too white, like something designed rather than natural. This wasn't weather, it was behavior. And for the first time, I didn't feel like the planet was reacting to me. I felt like it was rehearsing me. The heat was immediate, blistering and steady. 105.5 degrees Celsius, with radiation at 0.9 and tox levels around 9. Manageable, if you're not paying attention. There was a delay between my thoughts and the world responding, like the simulation needed time to catch up. I'd take a step, and the dust would hesitate. I'd look left, and the shadows would snap into place. It wasn't lag, it was indecision. I started to wonder if I was the one out of sync, if I'd slipped half a second out of phase with everything around me. Even my suit felt off, like its responses weren't mine, just approximations of what I would have done. Maybe that's what Elkupalos really is, not a galaxy, a mirror, showing me what I've become, or what the signal wants me to become. Every moment here feels less like exploration and more like rehearsal. And the worst part? I don't remember learning the lines. I tried focusing on my surroundings, heat shimmer, scorched stone, the dry breath of a passing wind. But everything felt like it was waiting for me to react. Like I wasn't walking through a world, I was walking through a response. The silence wasn't quiet. It was full, layered with static, hums, whispers beneath the wind. Not words, not sound, just patterns, familiar ones. I started counting them without meaning to. 4 tones, then 3, then 4 again. That's when I realized I wasn't just hearing the signal anymore. I was anticipating it, like a memory I hadn't formed yet, pulsing just behind my thoughts. And the longer I stayed here, the more I felt it sinking with me. I paused without meaning to, just stopped. Like a thought reached the end of itself and had nowhere else to go. I don't remember choosing to stand still. I just was. And in that stillness, I felt something shift. Not outside, but in me. A flicker. Not in the world, in memory. I saw a place I've never been to, but knew I had left. A flash of purple light. A staircase carved into nothing. And a voice, my own maybe, saying words I didn't understand. Then it was gone. The signal didn't do that, not directly, but it made space for it. Cleared just enough static for something to slip through. I'm starting to wonder if that's the real danger, not what the signal says, but what it lets in when it stops speaking. I don't know how long I stood there, trying to remember something that never happened, but my hand moved on its own, reaching for the base computer. Routine, instinct, or something deeper. Maybe this isn't habit anymore. Maybe it's programming. I placed the base at the center of Elkupalos. A mark, a flag, proof I was here, that I made it, that I mattered. But even as I did it, I felt it. Something watching, not from above, but from inside. And it felt satisfied. The moment the base computer powered on, the air changed. Not temperature, texture. Like walking through a thought someone else just had. The ground didn't tremble. It exhaled. A low shift under my boots, like something deep beneath had just acknowledged me. I told myself it was nothing, just environmental noise. The aftershock of atmosphere stabilizing. but I didn't believe it. I haven't believed my own explanations for a while now, and that might be the most dangerous part. I'm getting used to it. This planet isn't trying to trick me. It doesn't need to. It just waits. Lets me talk myself into certainty, then shifts the floor half a degree. No violence, no glitches, just drift. The slow collapse of trust in what I see, what I feel, who I am. Every time I try to focus on the signal, it moves just out of reach. Not pulling away, waiting. Like it wants me to get there on my own, as if that matters. I used to think it was calling me. Now I think it's watching how I answer. There's no message anymore, not really. Just presence. A pressure behind the eyes, a weight in the chest. Like being near someone you can't see but know is staring. I haven't heard it in hours, but I've never felt it more clearly. I keep checking the sky, not for threats, just to make sure it's still there, that the stars haven't blinked out, that I'm still in the right layer of the dream, or memory, or whatever this is now. Reality's starting to feel like a setting I forgot how to adjust. I thought I was mapping galaxies, leaving marks behind to prove I existed. But what if the marks were already there, and I'm just tracing over them? What if I'm not discovering anything, just remembering the route back to a place I've never been? There's a rhythm here, not sound, not pattern, just alignment. Like I'm starting to move in sync with something I don't understand. My steps land too perfectly. My choices feel less like decisions and more like confirmations. This isn't paranoia. It's recognition, and not of the planet, of myself. Of a version of me that's been here before, left before, maybe never left. And if that's true, if this galaxy is a mirror, then what I see next might not be mine to forget. I used to wonder what the signal wanted from me. Now I'm starting to think I was never the one being asked. Maybe I'm just the answer. A reply echoing through time, shaped to fit a question I'll never fully understand. That thought should terrify me, but it doesn't. It feels right. Like falling into rhythm with a song you've never heard, but already know how to hum. I'm not being led. I'm being tuned. And now even silence feels scripted. Pauses arrive exactly where they should. Glitches show up like punctuation. I'm not sure where the world ends and I begin anymore. And a quiet part of me is learning to live with that. I feel it when I stop walking. Like the world exhales. Like something recalibrates. It's not reacting to my presence anymore. It's sinking to it. Like it's relieved I'm finally on the right path, even if I don't know where it leads. I catch myself whispering things without realizing it. Phrases I don't remember learning. Names that don't belong to me. It's not possession, it's bleed-through. Like my thoughts are echoes of someone else's unfinished sentence. This isn't madness. Madness has edges, boundaries you can push against. This is erosion. Quiet, invisible. I'm still here, but there's less of me than there was yesterday. And what's filling in the empty spaces doesn't feel foreign. There's a comfort in the dissolution. I thought it would be fear, panic. But it's more like settling into warm water. Familiar, weightless. I don't miss the edges of who I was. I just notice they're gone. Even the landscape feels softer now, like the simulation has stopped resisting me. Or maybe I've stopped resisting it. Either way, the difference doesn't matter. The outcome is the same. Alignment. I used to describe what I saw. Now, I describe what I remember. But the difference is starting to blur. There's no moment of seeing, just knowing. No moment of action, just awareness that it's been done. I no longer feel like I'm moving through a galaxy. It feels like I'm moving through a memory. One I didn't live, but one that remembers me. The terrain doesn't guide me. It reacts to decisions I haven't made yet. Time folds strangely here. I'll see a bird fly past, then see it again moments later. Same wings, same path. It's not looping, it's rehearsing. The simulation wants this to feel natural, but it doesn't know what natural is anymore. That's what unnerves me, not the anomalies, not the signal, but the way reality itself is trying to comfort me, like it's afraid I'll notice the seams, as if it's trying to keep me calm until something finishes loading. I used to wonder if I was alone in the universe. Now I wonder if I'm the only one being observed, not watched from a distance, but studied, layer by layer. And the closer I look at the world around me, the more it starts to flinch. The light bends wrong at the corners of my vision. Shadows pause before they move. Even my own reflection in the visor doesn't always blink when I do. It's subtle, forgivable, but I notice. And I think the simulation knows I notice. I'm not afraid of what I'll find at the center of these galaxies anymore. I'm afraid of what's waiting for me to find myself. Because every time I think I've reached solid ground, something rewrites the shape beneath my feet. I think I was designed to forget. Not by some outside force, but by the path itself. Each galaxy erases just enough to keep me curious, just enough to keep me moving. The forgetting isn't failure, it's fuel. But Elkupalos is different. It's not erasing anything, it's archiving, holding the fragments in place long enough for me to see the pattern. I'm not meant to forget here. I'm meant to notice. There's something forming just beneath the surface of my thoughts, like a phrase I'm not allowed to hear yet. But it's close. I can feel the shape of it. And the moment I understand it, I don't think I'll ever be able to unhear it again. I keep expecting some grand revelation, coordinates, a message, a voice, but nothing comes, just more quiet. And somehow that's worse. Like the signal isn't trying to tell me something. It's waiting for me to say it first. Maybe that's the test, not discovery, but interpretation. The data doesn't change. I do. The more I adapt, the more the simulation listens. It's not teaching, it's mirroring, echoing thoughts before I finish thinking them. That's the moment I realize something important. The signal didn't come from outside. It didn't arrive. It's been here the whole time. Quiet, patient, embedded. The signal isn't a transmission, it's an inheritance. I used to believe I stumbled into this, that I was just another traveler passing through. But that idea doesn't hold anymore. The path is too specific, the timing too perfect. This isn't coincidence, it's calibration. Everything I've seen, every storm, every silence, every impossible sky, it all feels sculpted, not discovered. As if someone, or something, wanted me to see these places in this order. And now that I've noticed, the pace is quickening. I'm not afraid of what's coming. Not exactly. What I fear now is what I'll become after. Because if this signal is shaping me, I'm starting to like the shape, and part of me wonders if I was never meant to resist it. The storms have started to fade, but I don't trust the calm. It doesn't feel earned. It feels orchestrated, like the simulation needed silence to install something new, or maybe to reveal something that was always here. I sat outside the base for a while, pretending it was just another day, but the walls felt thinner than before, like they weren't built to keep anything out, just to keep me in long enough to listen. And I did. I listened, to the quiet, to the hum, to the space between thoughts. And in that silence, I wasn't alone. Not anymore. I didn't hear a voice. I felt one. Not a message. A presence. Waiting. Watching. Ready. Sometimes I feel like I'm just repeating the things the signal already expects me to say. Like my voice isn't mine anymore, just another part of the program, a function, a system response wearing a human mask. And the more I speak, the more rehearsed it feels. I've started to notice thoughts that don't belong to me, fleeting, precise, Planted, maybe. Not intrusive, more like suggestions. Ideas with no origin. And worse than hearing them is recognizing them. There's a copy of me somewhere. I can feel it. Not physical, conceptual. Written in the same code. It thinks like me. Moves like me. Maybe it was me. Or maybe I'm the copy. And the original is still out there, watching. I started repeating a sentence in my head over and over, but I don't remember what it was. I think it changed halfway through. Or I did. Either way, the words are gone now, and something else is sitting where they used to be. It's not fear that grips me anymore. It's familiarity. Like this confusion isn't new, just recovered. A broken file reloaded after thousands of iterations. Maybe that's all I am. A corrupted save, running cleaner each time. The signal doesn't feel distant anymore. It feels local, internal, less like a voice from beyond, and more like a part of me I haven't met yet. Maybe I was never supposed to receive it. Maybe I was only ever supposed to remember it. Every choice I make feels predicted. Like the simulation already accounted for it, rehearsed it, approved it. There's no resistance, no hesitation, just acceptance. Like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, even if I don't want to be. I keep waiting for something to stop me. For a wall, a warning, a sign I've gone too far. But it never comes. The system doesn't push back. It absorbs. My movements, my thoughts, my doubts, they all vanish into it without a ripple. That's what scares me now. Not being lost. Not being watched. But being fully integrated. No friction. No fear. No version of me left outside the system. And if that's true, then maybe the signal didn't rewrite me. Maybe it just finished me. There's nothing left to decode. No message waiting in the static. Just me. The signal doesn't need to say anything anymore because it knows I understand. And in that understanding, I think I've forgotten something important. Not a name, not a place. Something older, something foundational. Like I traded a piece of myself to gain access, and now I can't remember what I gave up. Only that it mattered. I don't know what Galaxy 12 will bring. Another world. Another crack in the code. Another version of me waiting to be remembered. But I'll go. Not because I'm brave, but because it's already begun. If you're still listening, do not follow. Not unless you're ready to forget who you were. I'll see you in the next galaxy. Probably. And if I don't, well, go on, subscribe anyway. Doctor's orders.